Client feedback surveys provide an opportunity for clients to give feedback on the services they received and the key information to help your organization identify what is working well, possible challenges, and what needs to be improved in terms of service delivery and access. The survey can be given at case closure, when survivors' needs have been met as described in the case action plan, when survivors' needs have been met to the extent possible, or the survivor requests to close the case. In some settings, client feedback is collected after a certain number of visits that should be determined locally dependent on your context. In contexts where survivors may only seek services once, your organization may decide to use the client feedback form at the end of the first session if it's feasible to do so. It is a means to elicit feedback on services to improve programming. In contexts where survivors receive services for longer periods of time, you can also consider administering client feedback surveys more frequently, for example, on a monthly or quarterly basis. The completion of a client feedback survey should be voluntary and anonymous. The process for using them with a survivor should be as followed. First, explain to the person that the purpose is for you and your organization to improve your services and that their feedback is valued. Second, inform the person that the information will remain anonymous and that it will not impact the services they currently receive or may need in the future. And ultimately, it's their choice whether they complete the survey. Third, a different caseworker, supervisor, or other relevant trained staff member should be the one who conducts the survey and collects it from them at the end. For literate clients, this can be done independently through a paper form or an electronic form, in which the person does not have to provide their name, just the name of the caseworker with whom they worked. The client feedback form starts with the date feedback was provided, documents who administered the survey, and if the client is a minor and the caregiver is providing answers for the feedback form. In that case, it'll ask what is the age group of the child survivor and how the caregiver found out about the service. Next, the survey collects information about survivor-centered service delivery, including favorability around operating hours, comfort with the caseworker, continuity with the caseworker, the choice to have a support person present, if the survivor was given full information about her options, if she could decide for herself what she wanted to happen next, and if she was referred to another provider, if applicable. Then the survey asks about confidentiality. Could the survivor access services without drawing attention to herself or being seen by other community members? Did the staff respect her confidentiality? Did she share any information about the client or case that she was not entitled to do so? Did the client meet with the caseworker or other staff in private? Then it moves on to questions about the staff. Were the staff friendly, open-minded, not judging? Were the staff able to answer all the client's questions to her satisfaction? Did the staff use the language the client could understand? Did the staff allow time so that the client express her problems in her own words? Did the client feel like the staff helped her with her problem? And then the final section of the survey is about the client's well-being. Would the client recommend a friend who has experienced GBV to come here for help? And if any, what other improvements would the client like to suggest or other comments she would like to make?